Hi, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a couple of goodies that came through to try and increase the performance of the car. So received the injectors, Saab red top injectors. Runs really well with the AGU engine with the ME3.8 or M3.8, and also a VR6 MAF housing that will replace, and let me change that over, VR6 MAF housing that will replace the current GTI one. I am still going to retain the sensor that's on it. Don't know if I need to change it over, but that's going to have to change today in lieu of the MAF sensor housing. Today we're going to do the injectors and MAF, and then the last thing we're going to do, because you're changing the way the ECU reads the air coming into the system using a larger diameter, you're going to need a different tune. Both of these things, when you install it, you're going to need a tune anyway to get the ECU to accept 360cc injectors, whereas the stock ones are, I think they're like 220 or 240 or something like that. So it's and I'm at the peak of I'm pretty much maxing those out anyway, along with the MAF, running about 220 horsepower at the crank. So yeah, time to upgrade these, and once I do that, the turbo will be the bottleneck, which that's fine with me. That'll be probably something that I will do in the near future, but yeah, so we'll tackle the injectors first. Engine cover off like this. Right, so that's out. We want to now get the access to the injectors. So there's two hex, I'm going to say maybe 4mm or something like that, that's holding the injectors down, and then you should be able to undo it, take the whole rail out along with the injector off it. So I'll do that now and come back. Right, so it looks like I have to remove the clips that I've just found. It's just there. Pretty sure it's just take them out sort of thing. Try not to lose them, and then that'll allow you to get access to the injectors. Alright, so I got the clips off, and it allowed me to unplug the Bosch connectors off the injectors, and now it's time to tackle the rails. So now I've got access to the bolts, or kind of have access to it. Try not to break any plastic bits, but it looks like I have to. Right, so I have to undo these tabs, move the wiring harness out of the way, then I can get access to these little 6mm Allen bolts. So I'll do that now and come back. Alrighty, so got the two bolts off. Behind, on the upper part of the injectors, are these clips that you need to take off, and that you can just use your fingers to sort of push it back and try not to lose it, and it'll allow you to remove the injectors off the harness, or the fuel rail should I say. So it's a bit dusty and dirty in here. I'm going to clean this all up with a rag and some soap, and make sure that it's clean. Alrighty, so got the rail off. I actually unplugged some harnesses here, cam sensor, the throttle body, and the throttle body and the manifold, and I've just taken off the injectors It's just mounted on with a seal, so you just really got to tug it, pull it out. Have rags on standby. Luckily I bought some old clothes and rags and what have you to soak up the fuel. Cover the hole so no dirt falls in, and just yank it out. Give it a nice tug and it'll come out, and then it'll be time to install these bad boys. Alrighty, right, they're all off. Old versus new, very similar in size, but more flow coming from these. So yeah, might just pop them all on the rail now. I've just changed my gloves to make sure it's all nice and clean for this install, so that no dirt and crap gets attached to it. So here we go. Alright guys, so since we're here, I'm going to give the manifold, inlet manifold a clean. I've just plugged the injectors back in again, just to stop the crap from going into the cylinder head, and I'm just going to run it, smash it out with dishwasher soap, get rid of all the grease, hit it with a brush, and then hit it with some water. Alrighty. I'm going to hit it with some brake cleaner, and brake cleaner actually eats up the seals, so what you want to do after this is clean it up with some water, soapy water, and wash it down with water. Okay, so you're not leaving the brake cleaner there, because it's going to eat shit up. But you want to make sure that it's clean so that you can see if the injector cups are leaking. So some more soap. Some more water. Catch as much water as I can. Right, so put the clips back in. The holders first. Make sure it lines up with the little grooves like that. I can't see jack doing it one hand, so I'll have to do it and come back. Right, so the injectors are in. Okay, I've pushed it in, it's sealed, and you want to now insert the clips to hold it down. So this part, the clips go in the harness, so I'll put it back on the harness and go from there. Right, so I had to get the two hex bolts in first, and now I'm ready to put the harness back in. So make sure that the plastic bits all align. If they don't, then it won't clip into place. Like, what the fuck? I think that's how it's meant to go. Is it? This one. And if you're not careful, something's going to snap. Now I hope that I haven't snapped anything there, but that is in, that is in, so the harness is in, injectors are in. Injectors are nice and clean down there. Then that allows you to now plug in the rest of your harness that you took off. So that goes there, that goes underneath, a different plug. I dare say there's a different plug for everything down here. Ah, that's in. So don't forget to plug in your harness. Your car won't run right if you don't. Alrighty, so that concludes our injectors. So you do need to get it tuned, but yeah, I've already got that sorted. So now next part is to do the MAFS sensor. So I don't know how this is going to sit, but it looks like I might need to run a pod filter, which I'm not really too keen on, but you know what to do. I'm gonna get my trusty old pod filter. What is it? Is this the one? Ah, this bad boy. There we go. I need it, it's there, so I'll take off the airbox now and see if I need to make any adjustments to make this VR6 airflow meter fit, or MAFS airflow sensor. Right, so first what you want to do is take off the airflow sensor harness. Get this stuff in. I think I need a T30 Torx to remove that. That's the one that I've put in. Yours will be, I don't know, 8mm, 10mm bolt. Undo the hose. Now mine's a upgraded inlet hose to a slightly larger silicon. So yours will look a little bit different, but it should work just the same. So I'll do that now and come back. Right, so the airbox is out. I did do a Swiss cheese mod on this, so I need my other ICM somewhere here, I think. It is. Right. Gonna need that. Oh, the engine bay is gonna look ugly again, but what do you do? So, before we do anything, we have to take off this airflow sensor. I don't know if there's a whole lot of difference. There we go. Don't think it's different, but I'll swap it out as instructed. As you can see, that diameter is just, there's a difference there, so I'll do that, come back. I've taken the sensor out, and that's what it looks like compared to the VR6. I think it's similar sensors, but I'll swap it over anyway. But yeah, the difference in airflow measurement is huge, so yeah, I'll give it a swap, and I'll actually clean the airflow meter and the housing too, because why not? I'm going to use a bottle of MAFS airflow sensor cleaner and just clean the crap out of it. So let me take the sensors out and clean them. Alrighty, so about an hour has passed, and the MAFS airflow sensor is a bit more challenging than I thought. Given that the diameter is thicker, it took a while to negotiate it onto the inlet. Luckily I had a pod filter, because no way the stock airbox was going to go in. And now we're going to just fire up the car and see if it starts. Really, it should run like a dog, real rich, and that's just the nature of the injectors. So if it starts, I'll be happy, and I'll get the laptop ready. Okay, failed the first time only because there's no fuel. Don't forget to prime the fuel. yeah, it should fire up now. Running like a dog, like I said. Just too rich. So that's on. Now plug the laptop in. Make sure the car's on, and now I'm going to tune it. So back on now. You've seen me do this before. I won't do it again. I'll just make sure this laptop stops sliding around. Open. Right, so it's doing its thing now. I'll come back when it's done. Right everyone, yeah, just to conclude the video, the injectors are in. I had to cut the video before because after I installed everything and tuned the car, it gave me an error code on injector 3 open circuit, and it sounded like a Subaru, just, you know, not firing on one cylinder. So looked at the wiring, looked at the harness, looked at the wiring, looked at the harness, it was all okay. Looked at the map, and then I realised that if it sounds like a Subaru, chances are it's just the ICM that's going out. So changed it to another known working one, thanks to Mike. He got me a spare one, and now she's running good again. So the next step is to test drive it, so I'm going to do that now. But after I could some mess. Try and keep it clean so that we can do the engine swap. Alrighty. The first time that I'm going to be driving it with the new tune. So just to recap, I got Saab red tops, which are Bosch injectors, 360cc, and already it is sounding so different. Oh man. I might just try and keep in the area. Just had a bad experience with test driving new tunes and new boosts levels where things have popped off. Don't want to be stranded on the side of the road. So and already I just saw 21 PSI, third gear. Like that was amazing. Alrighty, so that's going to conclude the video. The car drives much nicer now. There's a lot of spool, turbo noises, lots of choo-choo noises, especially with the pod. I'm not a fan of the pod, but I can't fit the VR6 MAFS sensor on the stock airbox, so I'm going to have to look for a solution to that. But otherwise, the car feels nice, drives nice. You know, still needs to be fine-tuned here and there, but overall the drivability is perfect. Between 3 and 5.5, 6, there's just so much power, so much oomph. Is it worth it? Yes, it is. Completely different tune power. I can't work out how much power it is making at the crank, as the VR6 mass airflow sensor has thrown the readings a little bit off, because it's not for the car. But nevertheless, it is making a bit more power from the KO3S turbo. It's probably maxed out now. I don't think there's any more to be had from this turbo. That is well and truly the bottleneck. So the next step would be upgrading the turbo and going from there. So that'll be probably the next phase. But now probably going to go now to work on the Audi A4 and get the engine started, engine swap started. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoy the video, and make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks guys.